I wonder what you think of when Easter comes around. Maybe it's that new life is springing up in our gardens and we marvel at the beauty of God's creation. Perhaps we think of Easter eggs and we look forward to the lovely chocolate we will have to eat. But at some point over Easter time, those of us involved in church will think about a cross. This week for Kidzone, we're going to think about a cross. We see it in different sizes and made from different materials and in lots of different churches. But I wonder why the cross is so important that it appears in so many churches. The cross is important for Christians because it reminds us that Jesus died on a cross. We read in the Bible that Jesus had been going from town to town, village to village, teaching the people about God and how God wanted people to live. The problem was that not everyone liked what Jesus was teaching. In fact, some people wanted to kill Jesus, so they made a plan to make sure that Jesus would be put to death on a cross. The people who sent Jesus to die on the cross, they cared more about power and being in charge than they cared about people. They were angry with Jesus because he wanted to help the people that no one else would. You know the sort. The child at school that no one wants to be friends with, or the adult that your parents cross over the road to avoid. And yet Jesus made friends with all the misfits in his world. So that was it. The powerful people, the ones who wanted to make sure that everyone else did what they wanted, well, they rejected Jesus. They really hurt Jesus by beating him. And they really hurt him by making fun of him. And eventually by killing him. When you feel sad or hurt, Jesus knows what that's like. God knows what it's like to hurt. On the cross, Jesus suffered with everyone who suffers. God became a human so that God could feel what we feel. On the cross, Jesus shows us that God understands. Jesus died because he loves you. He died for your sins. And if you had been the only person to ever live, he would have still done it. The thing about the cross or the crucifixion is it's no accident that it involves outstretched arms. It's like Jesus is waiting with his arms open for us to go to him. He loves us that much. God gave the best gift ever. God gave himself because God loved the world so much. That's the start of a famous verse from John chapter 3 verse 16. And I'm not going to use the traditional version. I'm going to use the Message version of the Bible and tell you what John chapter 3 verses 16 to 18 say. This is how much God loved the world. He gave his Son, his one and only Son. And this is why. So that no one need be destroyed. By believing in him, anyone can have a whole and lasting life. God didn't go to all the trouble of sending his Son merely to point an accusing finger. telling the world how bad it was. He came to help, to put the world right again. So what happened on the cross, apart from the fact that Jesus died? Well, God gave this amazing sacrifice of his Son. God showed his radically forgiving love. And because of the cross, he offers forgiveness to everyone. So what happened on the cross? Jesus was the winner. That's what.